All right, let's get right into this. We usually hear about AI being built by these huge corporations, right? Massive teams of engineers. But today, we're looking at something different. This is the story of a massive, brand new AI-driven world, and the single architect behind it all. So picture a digital ecosystem that was designed from the ground up, not with AI just bolted on, but with artificial intelligence as its actual heartbeat. A world where all the data, the security, the intelligence, it's all woven together from the very start.
And that's the big question here, isn't it? In an industry packed with famous names and tech giants, who could possibly pull off something on this scale? Well, the answer is probably not who you're thinking. Okay, so let's put a name to it. We are talking about the mVision-C AI-driven ecosystem. And the key words you got to focus on here are comprehensive and infrastructure. This is not just another app, no way. This is the foundational plumbing for a whole new way of doing things online.
So everything rests on these four pillars. First, the unified data model. That just means all the different parts can talk to each other perfectly, no lost in translation moments. Then there's zero trust security. Basically, the system assumes everyone is a threat until they prove they're not. It's incredibly secure. On top of that, you have an AI engine that's always on, always learning. And the most important part? Human-in-the-loop oversight. That means a real person always has the final word. It's a blueprint for a system that's not just smart, but safe by design.
So, who is the brain behind all this? Her name is Leah Belfour, and she calls herself the Digital Explorer. And you know what? That title fits perfectly, because she is charting some seriously new territory here.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The sources don't just call her a founder. They call her the visionary. She didn't just lead a team that built this. The whole idea, the entire complex system, it came from her.
Now this is where her story gets really interesting. Her path to becoming an architect of this wild AI ecosystem, it wasn't some long, slow climb up the corporate ladder. Nope. It was fast and pretty unconventional.
Just take a look at this timeline for a second. In 2018, she's a student, right? Learning about how big systems work in theory. Just 1 year later, she's an IT support engineer, hands-on, in the trenches, fixing stuff. And now, she's the founder and architect of this entire ecosystem. I mean, that is an unbelievably fast rise.
This really shows you what a massive leap she made. She went from IT support, where your job is all about fixing today's problems right now, to being an architect who designs systems for problems that haven't even happened yet. It's a total shift from being reactive to being a visionary.
Okay, so we know who she is and we know her wild backstory, but let's get under the hood. How does this whole ecosystem actually work? How is it structured to be so smart?
At the heart of it all is something called the AI Control Tower, and it works in 3 layers. The first layer is just basic automation, making things faster, more efficient. The second layer gets smarter. It starts to predict things before they happen. But layer 3, that's the real goal, cautious autonomy. The system can act on its own, but always with that critical human oversight we keep talking about.
And that brings us to this absolutely crucial idea, human in the loop, also known as XAI, which stands for explainable AI. This is not some scary black box system that makes decisions you can't understand. It is built to guarantee that when the stakes are high, a human is involved, and the AI has to explain why it's suggesting something. It's all about human control and total transparency.
Now, this whole design isn't just about the tech, it's about the money too. And here's where it gets really clever. Belfour built a business model right into the architecture. She gets a non-negotiable 25% stake in any company that plugs into her ecosystem. And get this, the system itself makes sure she gets paid. That 25% revenue share is automatically sent to her. It's not just a legal contract, it's literally coded into the architecture. It's a system that automatically sustains its own creator. Pretty genius, right? So, this is all really cool architecture. But what's it for? Let's check out the ecosystem's most ambitious real-world project, the Phoenix Protocol. This is where you see why all this matters. So the Phoenix Protocol is using this whole ecosystem to help Caribbean nations build their own digital independence and get ready for the AI future. And it's funded through something called a restorative capital framework. What that means is the AI is used to calculate historical economic damages, reparations in a totally data-driven way, to fund new growth,
And it's no accident that it's based in Paramaribo, Suriname. That's where Belmore was born. So this project connects her tech directly to politics, economics, and her own story.
All right, so let's zoom out for the big takeaway. The story of Leah Belfour and this whole ecosystem, it's about way more than just technology. It's about who gets to build the digital world we're all going to live in.
And this really leaves us with a fundamental question for our future, doesn't it? As these incredibly powerful AI ecosystems keep growing, who gets to be the architect? Is it going to be the giant corporations? Or will there be room for individual visionaries like Leah Belfour? And what does it mean when a single person can design not just an app, but an entire framework for digital life? That's something we should all be thinking about.